Bad news. In this video, I will explain it does not look like Terence "Bud" Crawford has signed with the PBC. Instead, it looks like he's with Daniel Kinahan, which is a whole nother topic. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Listen, Terence Crawford, he says he wants the Errol Spence fight. New information comes out that appears he is not signed with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champs, ran by Al Heyman. Majority of the fights that Crawford says he wants is on that network. Where am I getting this information? I'm glad you asked. The WBC organization. So you know Errol Spence, a WBC champion who's getting ready for a 3-belt fight with Yordenis Ugas? Let's check their website. Now, I kind of stumbled on this. Round 12. Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, has penned a letter, and in this, he's talking about Daniel Kinahan. Daniel Kinahan has a reputation for being a notorious figure that is exiled in Dubai, and this whole article from Mauricio Suleiman is basically defending him. At the end of this video, you will see a card to the initial video that I talked about that specific subject. The WBC is accused of sports washing and trying to reimagine the image of a guy, Daniel Kinahan, who, this is not my opinion, he cannot enter the United States of America because they have him on the narco terrorist list. And they're saying that he's in a place like Dubai because he's wanted in Ireland and there's no extradition in Dubai, right? So make sure you check out that first video. President WBC Boxing, Mauricio Suleiman, just did a meeting with this character, Daniel Kinahan, who has been named by the High Court of Ireland. So he's from Ireland, and the High Court of Ireland has deemed that he is a central and senior figure in organized crime on a global scale. And the WBC is meeting up with him and using their website to express how, you know, he has a bad rap and things like that, which looks insane. He said, I finally had the opportunity to visit the Middle East, and in this trip to Dubai has been absolutely wonderful. So he's just documenting his trip to the Middle East. And boom, fast forward to the future. It says right here, and you guys will see it on the screen, I had the opportunity to witness the work carried out by MTK, a company in charge of representing boxers, which in its 9 years of existence has grown exponentially. And this is also the company that they're saying has been a shell company or fronted by Daniel Kinahan. Says they represent champions such as Tyson Fury, which we already knew, Josh Taylor, and Terence Crawford. They represent champions. Listen, I had the opportunity to witness the work carried out by MTK, a company in charge of representing boxers, and it has grown exponentially in 9 years. They represent champions like Tyson Fury, Josh Taylor, and Terence Crawford, among many others around the world. They have also established gyms in more than 20 countries. So basically, Terence Crawford is working with Kinahan or MTK and not PBC. I want to know from you, the fans, what does this mean? It says during Pro Bellum Fight Night, I also met Daniel Kinahan, right? Who is an advisor and manager of boxers, a man who has been labeled as a person linked to criminal groups. So he's acknowledging it. He said, I had a fascinating and insightful talk with him, confirmed by the testimony of many boxers who expressed their admiration and gratitude for the unconditional support he has given them, which has allowed them to significantly improve their lives. But let's just be honest right here. I don't know much about Kinahan other than what I've read, but they have whole documentaries, Panorama, where they're saying that he's involved in some ish, right? And of course, boxers who it's like Ozark. Boxing is trying to turn to Ozark. You know, all you need is Bird, the Bird family, right? If this guy is who they say he is, and he's using shell companies and, you know, money laundering and things like that, of course the boxers would like him, because most of these guys, if you look at the stable, majority of these guys, most of these guys are guys that aren't outside of Crawford and Tyson Fury. Probably they're guys that are probably getting overpaid because the money is plentiful or whatever the situation. So of course they don't have nothing bad to say, but the families of people involved in some of the crimes, you have whole regions who are after this man, and they want to try to capture him or, you know, escalate things. And this is who Crawford decides to sign to. He leaves Bob Arum. He's suing Bob Arum, right? Which I've made several videos about. He doesn't sign with an American company and a fellow black man in Al Heyman, which, you know, you can do whatever you want. And it looks like he's working in Dubai. Now, this is not shocking to me because Crawford made a couple trips out to Dubai, and I made videos about that in real time, that it looked to me as if he was trying to link up with this situation with Daniel Kinahan, if you guys follow the channel. The great Ego Stradamus strikes again. Boom. May 27th, 2021. So last year in May, almost a year ago. Bud Crawford on my way to Dubai. What does that say? Joining MTK after Errol Spence something. This is my video from May of last year. So Crawford, this is probably when he started establishing contact. So this is not surprising. And this is evidence that it's not surprising to me, because I even titled my video, Bud Crawford is going to Dubai. Is he joining MTK? Right? And now he's suing Bob Arum. So he's suing Bob Arum, saying that he hasn't been able to supply me for the fights, right? He hasn't been able to get me the fights that I want. So he also stated in this that in this lawsuit that Bob Arum, there's a racial bias to it, right? So what does he do? He teams up with another Caucasian man, this time a nefarious character from Ireland who has been labeled as this leader of a crime syndicate overseas who cannot travel to the US because he's on the narco-terrorist list. And he's saying he wants the Errol Spence fight. Wow. A simple Google search will show you everything I'm talking about. Daniel Kinahan's super cartel mafioso associate, right? Just type in these like keywords and stuff like that. So you got in boxing, the WBC, and they're saying, oh, he's being treated and labeled because of prejudice. And all these reports are saying something different about him. I don't know. I've never met him, but Irish Mirror is calling him a crime boss. He claims he has nothing to hide. What does it say? Claims he has nothing to hide in rare statement. So he has nothing to hide, but he's in a location with no extradition treaty. Okay. And then now Crawford, instead of signing to, look, police want to know if Daniel Kinahan is laundering money through boxing. I mean, this was in 2022, and this is what Crawford decided to do. So in short, my thing is this. First of all, let me start here. Bob Arum, Daniel Kinahan. So they've worked together as well. Bob Arum has worked with Daniel Kinahan. Boom. They're pictured together. So you're suing one guy and then you join up with somebody else that Top Rank already worked with, as opposed to maybe checking out PBC. And then you say you want the Errol Spence fight. Listen, Errol Spence has his own promotional company. I don't know that Bud Crawford does, because I never see his name at the weigh-ins. You know, you look at the backgrounds and and the weigh-ins for like Mikey Garcia says man down promotions. So my thing is this, I'm not holding my breath that this fight will happen, because regardless of the potential criminal past of Daniel Kinahan, he's going to have to answer to those things. The law enforcement, Garda, they're all looking for him and stuff like that. But outside of that, why team up with somebody from outside of the country in Ireland who has no U.S. distribution or TV deal, can't even legally enter the U.S. without being apprehended, and this is what Crawford thinks is the best move to possibly get the Errol Spence fight, who has his own promotional company and he has his own people he works with. I don't really see the vision. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if this happens. So, I'm not holding my breath that the Errol Spence fight happens, because at the end of the day, Crawford continues to lack the business acumen that I think put him closer to the fights. That's my honest opinion. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in this video, but does not look like he is signing with PBC for whatever reason. And that's majority of the guys he wants to fight. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence's, even Jaron Ennis. He's not exclusive to PBC, but he signed a deal with Showtime. So I don't even know. And they're talking about Virgil Ortiz Jr. He missed weight and got sick and got whatever, had to pull out of his fight. They're talking about he might not even be able to make welterweight anymore. Let me know how this affects Crawford. Does it hurt him? Am I overreacting? Let me know in the comment section. And the future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.